Father, I confess, it has been a wild week for me here in 2004scape. I would like to tell you about it.
Okay, son, go ahead. Tell me about your adventures. I'm all ears.
Well, after I had recorded some footage for previous video at a church in Lumbridge, I made my way back to the other side of White Wolf Mountain. I did it before, so I thought I'd be perfectly safe. But man, that was a close call. Just watch. White Wolf Mountain, I had two kebabs with me, and then as you can see here, um, one of the kebabs didn't really heal me, so I managed to get across with only 1 HP. Really happy that I made it because otherwise I would have to go back all the way from Lumbridge to White Wolf Mountain.
You must have a guardian angel watching over you.
I guess so.
But why did you want to cross White Wolf Mountain anyway?
Oh, because I had given myself a challenge.
What challenge?
To make some money with spinning flax into bowstrings. I had set myself quite ambitious goal that would give me bowstrings I could use for fletching, but also sell some of them for money. And in the meantime, I would get crafting experience. But I might have underestimated how annoying it is to spin flax into bowstrings. Either way, I just started with the challenge. Like I've been picking flax for quite a while now, and this is by far my favorite spot to go to because it's quite close to the entrance of the flax field, and you can make like a line to do the flax picking. Now I think in this version, the more people are on the world, the faster resources spawn or respawn. So that influences how fast everything goes. But usually flags comes respawns quite quickly, so you don't have to wait that long to actually be able to pick it. But this is by far my favorite spot. And then if this spot is taken, I like to go up here on the hill because you can start over here and just make a line this way to pick the flags. And think that like reduces the amount of clicks you have to do or walking around you have to do if you don't get the connection loss, of course. But yeah, this is my second favorite spot. 3,000 bowstrings in the bank now, and I need a break from the flax fields. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna train my fletching a little bit. I'm going to try get to a level 10 fletching, and I'm just gonna have to do normal logs for that. So I'm just gonna cut them into arrow shafts because they're stackable, and then I don't have to go cut trees and run back to the bank. I can just stack it all up. And then I'm gonna switch over to oaks, and there's two oaks outside here in Sears Village next to the bank. So that's gonna be next stop. So let's go do that now, and I'll see you when I get at least level 10 fletching. There's 10 fletching, and we can now make longbows. I said I was gonna do the arrow shafts until level 10 because I thought then I could switch over to oaks, but apparently level 10 is only when you get to do longbows. And I'm not gonna do those because arrow shafts from normal logs give like 7.5 XP, and the longbows give 10 XP each. But the problem is with the longbows that I would have to go to the bank to bank them all, every inventory, or I would have to manually click to drop them, each of them. And I think that's going to take longer than just making arrow shafts, which basically stack. So I'm going to keep doing the arrow shafts until level 20, and at level 20 is when we can start working on the oak short bows. And there's level 20 fletching. We can now make oak short bows, so that means we can leave the regular logs and train a little bit more AFK at the oak logs. Alright, and with that we have 641 oak logs, and if my calculations are correct, this should be just enough to go up to level 30 fletching it is, and then we should be able to to train with willows. So I'm not sure if my calculations are really correct, but let's see how far these 641 oak logs take us, and if we need a little bit more, we can still go cut some more oak trees. My last oak logs, and as expected, we're not near level 35 fletching, we're still at 33. So when I'm finished with these oak logs, I'm gonna go back to cut a few more oaks, so we can get to level 35 fletching. This should be enough oak logs now to get to level 35, hopefully. So let's keep going. And with one of these last oak logs, we just got fletching level 35. So now we can make willow short bows. So that means we are done with oak logs for now. That was a nice little break from the flax fields, but I think now it's time to go back to picking flax and spinning them into bowstrings. So I'll see you when I get done. And I just got another genie and an XP lamp that I'm gonna put into prayer. So another 140 prayer experience, and we gained prayer level 15 now. Alright, I decided to take a break from the flax fields, and now I'm here in RD, and I'm just going to sell my oak short bows and my oak long bows to the general store, so we get just a little bit of money for all the bows that we made. All right, and that's all the bows sold. So we ended up with almost 6K. That's gonna help us a little bit. Actually, right now I'm going to do the sea slug quest, and we need 42 GP for that only. So 6K is plenty, and we'll buy some other stuff with that later on. And while we're here in Ardoin, I'm gonna thieve just a few cakes because I don't have any decent food right now, and it's nice to have a few cakes in the bank. Okay, I only got a few cakes. I'm getting caught a lot by the guards and the bakers, so decided to just leave it at this, and just go on with the quest. And that's Sea Slug quest completed. One more quest point, and we should get all the way to 24 fishing. So those early fishing levels that are so slow are we don't have to do that anymore. So that's very, very nice. And that's Monk's Friend quest completed. One more quest point, and we also got 8 law runes. And we got some woodcutting experience, so our woodcutting is now 44. And that's Rune Mysteries completed. We have another quest point. We now have access to the Rune Essence mines. And that's Sheep Shearer completed. And that's Restless Ghost completed. And that got us to prayer level 18. And that's Witch's Potion completed. Another quest point. And we got to magic level 4. I've been picking and spinning quite a lot of flags now, and it's time for another break. What I think I'm gonna do is I want to knock out a few quests, and I think I'm gonna just train, get some runes first, and then train magic a little bit on the imps, so I can finish up the imp catch quest, and that would give me a bit more magic levels, because magic is going to be very useful for a lot of the quests, Let's get into that. I got 500 rune essence now. I'm just gonna sell this to get some cash, and then I'll use that cash to buy a better pickaxe and maybe a rune axe and stuff like that. Let's see how fast we can find a buyer. Yes, at 130 each. I'll take that. That's a nice cash tag. Can now use to buy better pickaxe and to upgrade or um, from the steel axe to a rune axe and buy some runes, train or magic. And here we are. We can buy a speed steel axe. I'm gonna buy a mithril axe or a pickaxe as well, and an adamant one. Oh, we don't have enough. How much for the adamant? 3,200. I'm lacking 4 GP. Um, all right, we'll have to come back for that some other time, unless I can sell something here at the general store. Can I sell like 0 GP? Okay, let's sell 1 iron ore and then we can buy the adamant axe, pickaxe as well. So we don't have to come back here. All right. Now I need to get 1 more iron ore for turret's quest, and I have to find 6 clay, which should be here somewhere in the dwarven mines as well. And that's Doric's quest completed really fast. We got another quest point now, and we should get some mining XP. So we went from mining level 15 to 18. Very nice. And that's now black bead number 5, I think. Finally, the red bead. And there's the yellow bead. And there is the white bead. Now we have all the beads we need for Imp Catcher, so let's go finish up that quest. And that's Imp Catcher completed. We got 1 quest point and some magic experience, so we went from 18 magic to level 20 magic. And that's Ernest the Chicken completed. Got 4 quest points for that. So my plan was to go to Barbarian Village and do some fly fishing to catch some trout and then cook them for some food. But to cook trout, you actually need level 15 cooking. I'm only level 5. So I'm now here catching some shrimp and anchovies, and then I'm gonna cook that until I'm level 15 so that I can cook the trouts that I'm gonna catch in Barbarian Village. And there is 15 cooking. Can now cook trouts. And there is 30 fishing. We can now fish salmon. Unfortunately, we still need a few cooking levels before we can actually cook them. Oh, I got a half key from a random. Got half of a key from a random. And right now prices are going around 70, 80k. So that's a really nice random I got there. That's like 80k cash. So I'm gonna put it up for sale. and then use the cash to buy more runes and stuff. I now have about 89 cooked trout and 38 cooked salmon, so that should be enough for now. So time for something else. And that's fishing competition completed. Got another quest point, and we should get some fishing XP. So we got another level in fishing, now level 34. But more importantly, we are allowed to use the tunnel beneath White Wolf Mountain, so we don't have to cross the wolves every time. And I think it's a bit faster as well. So that's really nice. And that's the classic waterfall quest completed, another quest point, and some attack levels. Our attack is now 32, and strength got to 31, so that's very, very nice. Now combat level 31, so stats are getting out there. Okay, so I have mined another 500 rune essence, and now it's time to go craft those into air runes, because I only have 21 air runes left and the prices are quite high, so might as well train our rune crafting a little bit and get the air runes. Go for one run of air runes. I go to the magic shop in Port Sarim. I usually check if there's mine runes at reasonable prices, but the stock was low, so they were at 18 GP each. But if they're below 10 GP each, I buy some mine runes, and if the air runes are cheap, I would buy some of those as well. If not, I just fill my inventory with Eyes of Nude, because for once we get to Herblore, that's gonna be useful. And there is level 11 rune crafting. So next run we should be making double air runes. Alright, so 500 rune essence have been crafted. So right now I'm at 1000 air runes and 1000 mind runes. Every time when I went to the magic shop to buy the Eyes of Nude, I just bought some runes as well if the prices were good. And we almost got 500 Eyes of Nude, and those go for quite a lot, so I could sell them, but I think I'm gonna keep them for now, for when we get to Herblore. So it seems we found a buyer for the half key. I decided to agree to 77k. And there's 77k. All right.
Okay, seems like you're making some nice progress there.
Yes, definitely. But I didn't feel like going back to the flax fields to finish up the ambitious goal I had set myself. So instead, I went to do Chaos Druids to train some of my combat stats a bit and gather some herbs for Herblore later on. And that's 40 attack. So that means now we can wear rune weaponry. And that's a very nice upgrade from the Mithril Scimitar. So that's really nice. Now, before I go get the rune weaponry, I'm gonna train my defense to level 40 as well. So I can wear rune armor and then we can wear a full rune. And that's 40 defense. So that means now we can wear the rune armor. And so whenever I get down to the Dragon Slayer quest, we can immediately wear the rune blade body. But before I can do those quests, I will train my strength up a little bit, because now we have 40 attack and 40 defense, but our strength is behind. But I'm gonna train that some other time. Also, we still have a lot of quests that would give some strength experience. But I think for now, this is gonna be it for the combat training. I'm gonna go back to do hopefully the last session of Flax for my challenge, and then I'm gonna go start training some magic. I would like to get my magic up. I'm not sure where I'm gonna train that yet. Maybe I'll train maybe some strength at the giants first as well, because I want to go get my prayer up as well. I think it would be useful for Dragon Slayer quest to have 37 prayer, so I can use protect from magic whenever I'm fighting Elvark. Not sure yet. Maybe I'll just try to flinch him. But yeah, either way, first we still have some flax picking and spinning to do. An idea what I got from the Chaos Druids. I got exactly 100 law runes, 21 nature runes. These law runes will be very, very useful. They also quite expensive right now. I think they're at 500 GP each, and the nature runes I think around 250 each. So that's a nice amount of runes. I kept in mind runes and the air runes as well, but that's less important. What's more important is this stack of herb lore supplies. So quite some herbs. I've put them in order, so I guess this is like guam and so on. So a nice amount of herbs. I also got a few of identified herbs because I still haven't done druidic ritual, so I can't identify any of them. But yeah, somebody apparently at the Chaos Druids has been identifying herbs and then dropping them on the ground. So I picked them up. So I got 8 Marantils from that, a Herolander, and 3 runners. And these runners are quite nice because they go for like 4k each. So really nice to have that as well. I got 7 snake grass as well. I think just the herbs alone, that this should be sufficient to get me to like at least level 30 herbler, I think. That is on the condition that we can find the secondaries. But overall, very nice. I'm very happy with the loot I got from the Chaos Druids. And with this last half inventory of bowstrings, we finally have it. I got 10,000 bowstrings. 10,000 times I picked the flags. 10,000 times I clicked on the flags in the spinning wheel to spin it into bowstrings. And this was a tedious grind. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. I got about 450 bowstrings an hour. So that means that this is well over 20 hours of work. I've been watching some movies while doing this, but honestly, you can't really watch too much of a movie because you have to watch the screen because you're constantly clicking. So I didn't do everything in the most efficient way for sure. So it's a lot more than 20 hours of works. Either way, with the current market rate right now, let's check how much bowstrings go for right now, and it's definitely over 300 GP each. But I think I'm not gonna sell everything. I mean, I'm not gonna sell 10,000 bowstrings. I've put too much work in that. I'm gonna use a lot of them myself for fletching. Also, with the inflation right now, I think I like better to have my value in items or in resources than in actual gold. But I am going to sell off like 3k or something because I do want to get that 1 mil stack of cash. So that would be really nice. And as you can see right now, they're going for over 320 GP, and that's the buy listings. So the sell listings are probably higher, the 340. If you look at what they get sold for, it's 350, 350, 300, 345. So yeah, definitely more than it was like a week ago. And if I would sell 3,000, I think I could get 1 mil for that. So that would be really nice. But for now, I'm definitely done with picking flags and spinning them into bowstrings. That's for sure.